Sarah and I are going to complete 10 tests on our first 2 pro drills to find out where they land on the tool list. First up is this, the DeWALT DCD991 20V MAX XR Brushless Cordless 3-speed drill driver.
Let's see the stats.
We carefully choose the battery that will give the most power while maintaining a manageable weight. For the DeWALT, we chose the 5Ah power stack. It uses DeWALT's new lithium pouch technology, giving it more power in a smaller package and less weight. Combined, the drill and battery weigh in at 79 ounces, placing it first on our very empty charts. This is our first drill after all. Next, we measure the drill from back to tip. The smaller it is, the easier it is to get into tight spaces. Now, the DeWALT measures in at 7.876 inches, once again landing it in first. Next, we check the actual RPM at max speed. We measured max RPM at 2025, which is actually 25 RPM faster than DeWALT claims. Nice. Now, you don't want a noisy drill if you can help it. We measure each one 24 inches from our decibel meter. The DeWALT makes 90.2 decibels at 24 inches.
And now the fun stuff.
This is our boring test. We always use a new SPYDER 1¼ inch Stinger power bit and time 3 holes in a block of abumodulon. Now we use this material because it has a very consistent density. A block of pine could vary as much as double the density in the same piece. Now our boring rig removes the human element by putting 7 pounds of force onto the back of the drill. The DeWALT averaged each hole in 3.9 seconds, not bad at all. Next is the drill climb. To test its torque, the drill will have to drag our stack of weights up a progressively steep ramp. Now, DeWALT scored a 102, which of course is the current record. Next, we move on to the really hard stuff, algebra. Each drill has to turn a mixing paddle buried in construction sand for 5 minutes. Then we measure its temperature to test its thermal management. The lower the temperature, the better. The DeWALT completed a test at 104.7 degrees. Finally, we tested the LED light on our 4-level rig. Now, being able to see your work can be very important, but depending on where they put the LED light on the drill, sometimes it doesn't help much. The DeWALT was able to illuminate the target in 2 of our 4 test positions.
And last of all, the price is $159 bare and comes with a 3-year warranty.
That gives us a final adjusted score of, well, a perfect 10 that puts it at the top of our pro drill tool list.
But that's going to change.
Right, because we use a dynamic scoring system that adjusts to new standards. We test a better drill, standards go up, old scores go down.
So who will knock DeWALT off its throne?
Well, Milwaukee will get to fire first. This is the Milwaukee 2903 M18 FUEL 1/2 inch drill driver. We're going to run it through all the same tests, maybe set some new standards, and see if it can't beat the DeWALT. For the Milwaukee, we chose the fairly new M18 Forge 6Ah battery. This battery also has Milwaukee's first lithium pouch technology, so it's small, light, and very powerful. The drill and battery combined weigh in at 84.1 ounces, placing it second under the DeWALT. Next, we'll measure it, and this one looks shorter than the DeWALT. Yep, back to tip, it measures in at 6.898 inches, placing it first. Then we measure RPM. Milwaukee claims up to 2100, but we were only able to measure 2061, still good for first place. After setting up our decibel meter, it makes 94.6 decibels at 24 inches.
Now for the fun stuff.
On to the boring test. Another new 1¼ inch Stinger power bit, dropping it into our boring rig, and 3 new holes in the abumodulon. The Milwaukee averaged each hole in 4.1 seconds, putting it right behind the DeWALT, still very, very fast. Next is the drill climb. The Milwaukee scored a 228, setting a new record and almost breaking our rig. Wondering if we need to add some more weight. Next, we move on to the algebra test. 5 minutes in the construction sand, the Milwaukee completed the test at 118.6 degrees, quite a bit warmer than the DeWALT. Although our buddies at Torque Test Channel pointed out that we need to be aware of emissivity. Essentially, the different plastic colors can be less accurate by reflecting surrounding temperatures. So to fix that in the future, we'll be using black electrical tape, which doesn't do that. Thanks, TTC. Finally, we test our LED light on our 4-level rig. The Milwaukee was able to illuminate the target in 2 of our 4 test positions, just like the DeWALT.
And the price is $189 bare and comes with a 5-year warranty.
That gives us an adjusted score of 9.5, but that also means the DeWALT drops down to an 8.8, which means the Milwaukee's now at the top spot on our Pro Drill tool list. All right, that's it for our very first episode of Tool List. This was super exciting. We're really glad to see how the number system's working. Next, we've already purchased a Bosch and we purchased the flagship Flex as well. Let us know which one you want to see next. And of course, there's a ton of other drills that we have yet to buy and test.
We want to know what you want to see next. Let us know in the comments.
By the way, if you have any questions or comments about our testing process, we also want to know those too, so leave those in the comments.
We also want to thank SPYDER and Block Ladder for helping us get this new series off the ground. If you're a pro tradesperson using pro tools on the job site, you owe it to yourself to try pro-grade accessories from SPYDER. And there's never been workwear that's better looking, more comfortable, or lasts longer than Block Ladder. You gotta give them a look.
We'll see you this and every Friday for the Tool Show.